Henrietta Trey's within the trenches experience on Capitol Hill. Henrietta, one of the fam this morning said, "What's next?" Henrietta Trey's, what's next?
That is a fair question. Well, we are going to go through the same motions we went through last night, keep voting on 2 bills that don't have enough votes to pass. We'll take a break on Thursday, observe Yom Kippur, come back on Friday and see if things have shaken out at all. I'm advised that staff expects to be in and voting on Friday, maybe even over the weekend. There's a possibility that we could get this all wrapped up by Monday, but there is no bipartisanship to speak of, a lot of partisan rancor, and this doesn't have to wrap up quickly if folks don't want it. And right now, nobody wants it to end.
Henrietta, is there has to be some compromise on some points at some point going forward. What are some of the issues that probably need some compromise, I guess?
Well, there's actually a lot of areas that both sides want to see addressed. I would say don't even start with the obvious, which is healthcare and the ACA subsidies that expire at the end of this year. But start with things that Republican lawmakers want and what they would be happy to negotiate over. For example, a bailout for farmers. They're looking for 30, 40, 50, even $60 billion worth of bailouts as China stops buying soy. You can easily attach that to this CR if you want to and buy some votes. You can address the ACA subsidies a little bit earlier. You could make a working group that will sort it out over the next couple of weeks. There are plenty of off-ramps if folks want them.
Henrietta, I know they're just the difference between the two sides of the aisle is maybe as big as it's ever been. At the leadership level, do these people talk to each other? Do they respect each other? Do they want to get stuff done? I'm talking at the highest levels.
That's the smartest question of the day. Does Thune talk to Schumer?
Exactly.
Well, yesterday they talked on the Senate floor, and it was not. I wasn't happy. So there are usually dialogues, especially between those two. You know, we call them the Big Four for a reason, but tensions are incredibly high. That is absolutely true. And this is not, right, your dad's Senate or even your dad's House. And that deterioration has been at least a decade in the making. So there's less than there used to be.
We welcome all of you across the nation, including Henrietta Trey's Louisiana. On your audio preference of choice on YouTube, subscribe to Bloomberg Podcast. We had a huge September out on YouTube. Thank you. Henrietta, I'm going to go to Hannah Nathanson in the Washington Post, all the media, Bloomberg as well, out with all sorts of granularity. Listen to this, folks. 750,000 bodies go out the door, $400 million a day in compensation. I got Social Security. Henrietta, the checks are sent out. But the next sentence says, many employees at agencies handling those tasks will be working without pay, including 88% of the staff at the Social Security Administration. Henrietta, discuss, why are these people working if they're not getting paid?
Well, you've got these essential personnel. And if you want some real inside baseball, I mean, as a staffer, when you're declared essential personnel, you feel kind of cool. But it's not awesome to go to work for too long without getting paid. And the real kicker is that the lawmakers themselves are still getting paid. So it's not necessarily just the Social Security.
Excuse me, we had an editorial. Lisa, would you like to chime in on that fact there?
She just took the words out. I was like, Congress is getting paid.
Congress is getting paid. Okay.
Ms. Trey's, continue, please. Sorry to interrupt.
Right. So all these, our military men and women in service, active duty, in their gear, going out there every day, they are going to work and not getting paid. And the senators who are grandstanding or going to Sea Island in Georgia for a retreat are still getting paid. That disparity is a big old problem. And it starts to sort of grow on itself the longer that this shutdown goes on. And there's a reason the longest one is 35 days, which in the grand scheme of things is maybe not that long, especially that one, which was over the holidays and was a little weird. Things get real tricky around October 10th, which is when staff actually gets paid. A lot of those federal workers that you just mentioned get paid every 2 weeks on Friday. And, you're not making a lot of money. So this is a big deal to get that paycheck. When you skip it, then it becomes a problem.
It kind of goes back to why do people go into public service? You don't get paid, constant scrutiny by the media. It's tough. So Henrietta, the question, I guess, for a lot of folks is does one side have more incentive to forge a deal versus the other side? How do we get past this?
Well, if I could editorialize for just a second, I mean, there's a lot of civic pride and a lot of real interest in making the government function and getting your policies across and trying to make America better. I mean, that's certainly why I went. And I think that's what brings a lot of people there, Republicans and Democrats. I mean, those folks really.
Okay, don't let me. I got to interrupt. This is too important, Amanda. I'm sorry. We're supposed to go to line, but now I'm upset. Henrietta, whatever your politics, the president of the United States has absolutely no interest in the 750,000 warm bodies shut down right now, right?
Yeah, obviously not. No, it's shut down.
I just give us one final thought, Henrietta. Amanda demands it.
I think that this shutdown was inevitable. It didn't happen in March. It happened this time around. Yeah. And if it didn't happen now, it was going to happen in November. We are at a very real impasse in the United States. It is as tense as I've ever seen it. You're seeing a lot of good members leave and retire and resign because of the acrimony. So this shutdown maybe could let some air out of the room. If there's going to be a positive benefit, maybe it could be that.